everyone, let's dive right into this explainer and tackle something literally all of us struggle with: smartphone distractions. I mean, have you ever felt like you've been working for 8 whole hours, but all you actually did was reply to a few emails and, doom scroll? Well, today, we're exploring author Cal Newport's totally transformative concept of deep work to fix exactly that. We've got a super clear roadmap for today. We'll start with the deep work formula, then look at the attention residue trap, building your focus muscle, 4 frameworks for focus, and finally, the power of shutting down. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The deep work formula, the equation for high-quality output. Okay, so here is the absolute crucial equation. Work accomplished equals time spent multiplied by the intensity of your focus. Most of us just assume that putting in the hours is enough, but the reality? Your intensity of focus is the ultimate multiplier for actually getting things done. Without that intensity, the time you're spending, it means almost nothing. And this creates a massive divide in how we operate today. On one side, we have deep work. This is a rare, highly valuable skill where you operate with complete concentration to get massive results. And on the flip side, shallow work. This is the realm of constant distractions, checking social media, low output, basically busy work that doesn't actually move the needle. To really see this in action, let's go back to 1974. Over an 8-week period, a young Bill Gates utilized extreme isolation to code. He worked with such complete, unbroken focus that he would literally fall asleep at his keyboard, wake up, and just immediately start typing again. The result of all that? He finished the basic software that became the foundation of a billion-dollar empire. Similarly, to hit the absolute concentration needed to finish the final Harry Potter book, J.K. Rowling had to totally flee her everyday life. She rented a luxury hotel room just to guarantee complete unbroken focus. I mean, just imagine the room service bill just to escape distraction. Seeing examples like that, you really have to ask yourself, why do the most successful elites go to such drastic, almost bizarre lengths just to get their work done? Why isn't a normal, quiet corner office enough? Section 2. The attention residue trap, the hidden cost of just checking. This brings us to a fascinating and, honestly, slightly terrifying scientific concept called attention residue. So when you're working on a task and you briefly switch to check a message or scroll social media, your brain doesn't instantly snap back to the work. A small chunk of your attention remains stuck, like a residue, on that distraction. And this lingering drag absolutely tanks your brain's processing power. Researchers actually proved this. They split people into 2 groups to solve puzzles. Group A worked completely uninterrupted. Group B was briefly interrupted with simple, seemingly harmless questions. And the results were staggering. The uninterrupted group performed significantly faster and delivered way higher quality work than the group that got bombarded with those tiny interruptions. It basically happens in 4 steps, and we've all been there. You're working on an assignment, you hear a buzz, you check the notification, and bam, your focus drops. Every single time you follow this cycle, you generate attention residue. You are actively preventing your brain from producing high-quality work. The hard truth here, you just cannot multitask your way to greatness. Section 3. Building your focus muscle. Training the brain for deep work. Let's look at the biology for a second. When you engage in deep focus, your brain actually builds something called myelin tissue around its neurons. Think of it like upgrading the electrical wiring in a house. The more you focus, the thicker this tissue gets, literally hardwiring your brain to become faster and stronger at concentrating in the future. Because of this, you absolutely have to start treating your brain exactly like a muscle. Yielding to constant phone notifications makes that muscle weak and prone to injury, or in this case, distraction. But repeatedly pushing through the friction to do deep work, that builds incredible cognitive strengths. Section 4. 4 frameworks for focus. Choose your own deep work adventure. Now, the real beauty of deep work is that it's highly customizable. There is a method here for absolutely every type of schedule. You definitely don't have to quit your job and move to a cave to master this. Let's look a little closer at your options. First up is the monastic approach. This is extreme. It means cutting out everything else entirely, which is famously favored by top-tier exam takers for months at a time when they need singular focus. Then there's the bimodal approach, which offers a bit more balance. The famous psychologist Carl Jung actually used this. He'd retreat to an isolated cabin in the woods to write and think, but then return to the city for normal life. Alternatively, we have the rhythmic approach. This is all about building a rock-solid daily habit, like setting aside 2 hours every single morning when your willpower is naturally at its highest. Finally, the journalistic approach. This one's for the incredibly busy person. It demands intense willpower to just drop into deep focus instantly whenever a random 30-minute pocket of free time opens up.
Section 5. The power of shutting down. Why rest is essential for output.
5:30 p.m. Cal Newport, the pioneer of deep work, strictly stops all of his work at exactly this time, every single day. Even as a highly successful professor, he doesn't work evenings. He vastly outperforms colleagues who pull all-nighters simply because he respects the biology of rest. It all comes down to a simple shutdown ritual. Finish your work at a designated time, aggressively stop all work-related thoughts, and let the brain completely rest. Without this shutdown, your myelin tissue can't recover, and you just won't be ready for high-intensity focus tomorrow. So, the key takeaway from our explainer today is this. Treating your focus as a highly trained physical muscle, rather than an endless well, is the ultimate secret. By embracing deep work, you can achieve extraordinarily high-quality things in a fraction of the time. I'll leave you with this provocative thought right now. You know the formula, and you know the biological traps. So which of the 4 deep work methods are you going to use to reclaim your focus tomorrow? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.